Yes, a very good morning, students. Okay, so in this lecture series, we are discussing longitudinal and relative directional modes of the aircrafts, and we are solving previous gate questions, right? So yesterday we discussed up to, we derived equations of motions for simple pendulum, and later equations of motions we derived for right equations of motions. Equations of motion for 1 degree freedom of system like 1 DOF, that is nothing but our simple pendulum. Equations of motions we derived for simple pendulum. Simple pendulum, right? ST means simple pendulum. And now later in those two equations of motions we are taking sigma fx is equal to m into ax. We derived right yesterday. We are taking this equation. Why? Because in that direction only disturbance is occurring, right? So that's why we are taking that second order differential equation and we are trying to solve that second order differential equation. So yesterday, if you see, just directly I'm writing that expression. So just go back to that previous class and once again derive those equations, right? So yesterday we derived up to, so yesterday we discussed these two equations. So this is, sorry, I mean this camera is too far. So let's see, just, so we got this equation. What is that? Minus mg sin theta minus c theta dot is equal to m into theta double dot L, right? So here if you see this mg weight, c friction coefficient or damping coefficient we discussed, right? So what about this L, length of the, right, length of the, that you can take that length of the string. So mass is mass of the bob, m is mass. Okay, what we are doing now? Now this system is non-linear, right? Why? Because here we have sin theta term, sin cosines, so sinusoidal, right? So we are bringing this thing into linear system. So simply here what you are doing at small angles of attack, sin theta, you can write it as theta. So like that you linearize this system, right? After that you are getting second order differential equations. You are getting second order differential equation like this. So if you see minus mg into theta minus c theta dot is equal to m theta double dot L. So we are getting second order differential equation. So finally if you do that thing, theta double dot minus g by L theta minus c by ml theta dot. You are getting this expression, right? So second order differential equation. Finally you are bringing our required equation into second order differential equation. So from your basic knowledge, like your basic engineering mathematics, so you are very familiar to solve this type of equations, right? You know how to solve second order differential equation. So definitely if you solve second order differential equations, you will get theta in function of time, how it will respond, right? If you know that thing, if you know that, if you find this, then you can explain what will happen future, right? So if you give disturbance, if you solve this equation, so what will happen after some time t? This thing you can comment, right? So that's why we are solving this equation. You solve this equation, you can assess the future, what will happen in future. Is this simple pendulum will come to original equilibrium point or not? You can assess this, right? Are you getting everyone? So otherwise, right? So here sin theta, we are doing linearization already. So just here one more some topic is there, interesting topic. Yes, anyway, just we will extend this series into 4 classes. Already yesterday we discussed, right? 3 classes, within 3 classes I will finish. So no problem, that basics should be, we have to work on, right? Basics. The basics are very, very important. So that's why I will spend more time on basics. Even yesterday I segregated those previous gate questions from longitudinal and lateral directional modes. There are hardly 16 questions from 2007 to 2020 also, included 2020. So if you see these questions pattern on this topic, so that these are very, very easy questions. You can solve within 1 hour all those 18 questions. If you are good in basics, basic fundamentals, then definitely those 16 questions are very, very easy. So don't worry about that. We'll solve these 16 questions based on longitudinal and lateral directional modes. In this hour also, first 2 hours we'll dedicate it to basic funda, okay? Basic fundamentals we'll discuss. So just see. I'm doing linearization right here. So just can you keep this sin theta as it is? I will explain why. When we are deriving state space representation, at the time we will consider sin theta at smaller angle is sin theta is equal to theta. So just can I take this thing, sin theta, right? Anyway, yesterday we discussed, right? Yesterday when we were deriving this state space representation, at that time we discussed in first order differential equation, right? So already if you remember, what we are doing now, to solve this second order differential equation, you are splitting this second order differential equation into 2 single first order differential equations, right? How you are doing? You are taking 2 state variables. State variables are nothing but which will define state of the system. Here I am taking 2 state variables, theta 1, theta 2, right? Your theta 1 is nothing but theta, and theta 2 is nothing but theta dot. If you do this thing, what will happen? So I want to substitute this theta 1, theta 2 in this equation. So theta double dot. So I am writing here only, just, okay, don't confuse, I am writing here only, theta double dot is nothing but, theta double dot is nothing but theta 2 dot. So theta 2 dot is equal to minus g by L sin theta 1 minus c by ml. What about theta dot? It is nothing but theta 2. Are you with me everyone? Yes? Can you write like that? Yes, you can. Simply you are substituting the state variables. I am assuming theta 1 is nothing but theta, theta 2 is nothing but theta dot. What I am doing here? I am splitting this second order differential equation into 2 first order differential equations. So theta 2, just then theta 1 dot. Theta 1 dot is nothing but, yes, theta 1 dot. I want theta 1 dot. This is nothing but theta dot. Theta dot is nothing but theta 2. So you can write theta 1 dot is nothing but theta 2. Yes, you can. So just you can write theta 1 dot is nothing but theta 2. Right? So finally you are getting 2 equations, 2 first order differential equations by splitting this second order differential equations. So what are those? Theta 1 dot is equal to theta 2. Theta 2 dot is equal to minus g by L sin theta 1 minus c by ml theta 2, right? You are getting this, memorizing this part. So these are two first order differential equations, right? What is meant by this? I am saying this theta 1, theta 2 are the state variables, saying right, right? So they will define the state of the system. For example, if this is my simple pendulum, if I said theta is equal to 30 degrees, so theta is equal to 30 degrees, so it is saying a distance, how much distance, okay, at which position it is there, only theta is equal to 30 degrees. So if you want to define more clearly, I mean if you want to define the system exactly, this theta, this is not sufficient, right? We assume like, so what about here, what about here, this fellow have any velocity, this bob have any acceleration, we need that type of parameters also, right? Yes, at that time only we can define the system exactly. So if you see here, if you solve these equations, you will get theta 1 in function of t. If you solve these two equations, you will get theta 2 is function of t. That is nothing but, theta 1 is nothing but your theta 2 is nothing but your theta 1 dot. So here these two graphs, here these two graphs will represent what about position of the pendulum, at the same time theta dot is nothing but d theta by dt, right? So it will give velocity also. How velocity? Are you getting? If you want more accurate, like if you want more, you can find one more variable, that is theta 2 dot also. Theta 2 dot. Theta 1, theta 2, theta 2 dot. If you know these three parameters, theta 1, theta 2, theta 2 dot, that is nothing but your position, velocity and acceleration of the system, of the pendulum. So it will give more exact representation of the system, right? So if you want exact position, so you need more parameters. I mean you need more variables. These are called state variables. These state variables are nothing but they will give exact location or exact position of the, right, exact position of the system. For example, if I am giving like velocity, that velocity of the aircraft is some 3I bar plus 4J bar plus 0.5 k cap. If I giving some velocity of the aircraft in 3D space, it is like that, 3I 4J plus 0.5 k bar. What is mean by this? Is this enough to define aircraft? So only velocity. This is how many variables we need to define exactly. So two chances. Aircraft has this velocity, it may be in this manner or inverted also, right? So this component will give only velocity. We don't know attitude of the, we don't know, right? We don't know attitude of the system. So it may be like simply steady or inverted flight. But velocity is constant in both cases. Are you getting? So if you want to define any system, we need more state variables. So here if you want more accurate, if you want to define aircraft in space, so we need velocity at the same time omega, or omega, right? Or attitude theta, pi, psi, the angles. If you know these angles, so you can say this is inverted flight or steady flight. Are you getting? Yes, everyone. So like that, for simple pendulum, if you know these three parameters, then that is good. Okay, if you understand what is state variables, that is good. Otherwise, just remember why we are using state variables here, theta 1, theta 2, because solving the second order differential equation, by splitting the second order differential into two first order differential equations. Are you getting? So for example, here they given one system is like this. So in other system they said theta is equal to 40 degrees. Okay, theta 1 is equal to some, sorry, this is theta 1. Okay, and nothing but theta dot. Theta dot is equal to some 5 radians per second, like that. They given. So here this fellow still have some velocity. So right, if they given theta double dot acceleration also, then you are getting more variables, right? You are defining the system more exactly what is happening. But here we don't know this fellow have velocity or not. So state variables very, very important. These will define the system. Okay, these will define the system. So that is nothing but exactly they will define the state of the system. Exactly they will define the state of the system. Okay, let's see. Let's see here just. So by using that state variables, we are splitting that second order differential equation into two first order differential equations. If you observe here, like, what about this? We started here. Finally, if you see here, this simple pendulum is in equilibrium position here, somewhere here, right? What is equilibrium position? So from your engineering mechanics background, you can say net forces acting on the bob is 0, forces and moments, right? Net forces. So here in this there is no disturbance, there is no velocity, there is no acceleration also. Nothing, right? Everything is 0. No velocity, acceleration, everything is 0 at this case. Finally, I am talking about only simple pendulum at this. So what is mean by this? Theta dot. So already we assumed theta is equal to theta 1. You can replace theta 1. So here theta dot is nothing but theta 1 dot, right? What about theta 2 dot, double dot? You can replace theta double dot is nothing but theta 2 dot. So that is nothing but rate of change of your state variables is 0. So at this location, at this equilibrium point, I am saying at this equilibrium point, position, when disturbance and velocity, acceleration is 0 for the system, right? For simple pendulum. So it will be like this. If you don't touch, it will be stay there only in that same equilibrium position. So same thing. So that means the position, I mean theta, I mean this disturbance, that is equal to 0, and velocity at this equilibrium position, that is 0, acceleration is 0. So I am writing theta, theta dot, theta double dot is 0. Just I am representing these things in state variable notation. So state variables, theta is nothing but theta 1, we assumed, right? So theta dot is nothing but theta 1 dot, theta double dot is nothing but theta 2 dot from these assumptions. So simply you can say in equilibrium point theta 1 dot is equal to 0 and theta 2 dot is equal to 0, right? Rate of change of state variables is 0 at equilibrium condition. So if we apply that logic here, what will happen? Here theta 2 will become 0. If you substitute this theta 2 here in this equation, so this whole term will become 0, and already theta 2 dot is 0, right? So what about this equation? 0 is equal to minus g by L sine theta 1, right? Are you getting, everyone? I am erasing this part. So here if you see, minus g by L sin theta 1 is equal to 0, from this you can say sin theta 1 is equal to 0. So theta 1 is nothing but 0 degrees, right? You are getting same 0 degrees, and if you see mathematically, only this is the solution. You will get pi also, pi 2 pi like that. Just I am taking pi. So by mathematically you are getting two equilibrium points. One is at 0 degrees, another one is at pi. So if you take some simple this kind of simple pendulum, okay, or so for example any metal bar, if you take in place of this string, if you take any metal bar like this, so just I am erasing this, at theta is equal to 0, in the same time at theta is equal to 180, at theta is equal to 180 degrees also, you are getting equilibrium conditions, right, from this theta 1, that is into theta. So at these two conditions you are getting equilibrium points. But what will happen here? What will happen here? At 0 degrees, at theta is equal to 0, if you give some small disturbance, so it will oscillate and it will comes to original position. At theta is equal to 180 degrees, if you give some small disturbance, it will move away from the initial position, right? So at theta is equal to 0, it will oscillate and it will comes to original position. But at theta is equal to 180 degrees, if you give some small disturbance, it will move away from the initial position. So here very important point is there. This equilibrium point for this simple pendulum system, this equilibrium point at theta is equal to 0, this is stable, statically stable. At 180 degrees, this equilibrium point, it is unstable equilibrium point. So very important statement. Stability is the nature of equilibrium point. Okay, you can comment stability based on equilibrium point. So if you ask, is simple pendulum is stable, there is no meaning in that. So for every system there are some equilibrium points. For example, see here, same, you are deriving equations of motions for aircraft, you are bringing that thing into state space representation, I mean you are splitting into first order differential equations, simply equate these state variables to 0. So finally you will get some equilibrium points. In that equilibrium points, some are stable equilibrium points, some are unstable equilibrium points, right? So you cannot say, sometimes you can say when you are discussing static stability, at the time we are discussing fighter aircrafts are unstable. Okay, generally for understanding purpose we used to say that thing, but in reality is fighter or conventional aircraft, there are some equilibrium points. For fighter aircrafts, those equilibrium points, I mean majority of equilibrium points are unstable. Are you understanding what I am saying? So for this simple pendulum system, we have two equilibrium points. Those are at theta is equal to 0 degrees, and one more is theta is equal to 180 degrees. At theta is equal to 0 degrees, this equilibrium point is stable equilibrium point. At theta is equal to 180 degrees, this equilibrium point is unstable. Like that, for fighter aircraft, if you say if I say is simple pendulum is stable system, that is meaningless question, right? For every system there are some equilibrium points. In those equilibrium points, some are stable equilibrium points, others are, I mean some points are, some equilibrium points are unstable. Like that, for fighter aircrafts also, some stable equilibrium points are there, some unstable equilibrium points are there. Okay, so don't say fighter aircrafts are unstable. For fighter aircrafts, majority of equilibrium points are unstable. Yes, is it clear? Very, very important thing, just remember this. Okay, let's see. So, yes, are you following everyone? From this, yesterday already we discussed. So this is very, very important point. Okay, you cannot say, don't say fighter aircrafts are unstable. Exact thing is, fighter aircrafts equilibrium points are, some of equilibrium points are unstable. Like simple pendulum. So at 0 is equal to 0, theta is equal to 0 degrees. This equilibrium point is stable. At theta is equal to 180 degrees, this equilibrium point is unstable. Okay. Stability is the, okay, stability, especially stability you are talking about towards equilibrium points, not for system, right? Stability is the phenomenon of equilibrium points. Very, very important statement. Stability is the phenomena of equilibrium point. Yes, we'll go to the next topic. Very, very important, just remember, just please be focused. Still we have half an hour, don't worry. Yesterday we stopped somewhere, right? So let's see, we'll finish that part. So, just see here, theta 1 dot, theta 2 dot. Right? Finally, you are bringing these two first order differential equations into, in this notation, x dot is equal to ax. Here A is second order system, 2 by 2, right? 2 by 2, order is 2 by 2 matrix. So yesterday already we discussed. So just I am writing this. Theta 1 dot, theta 2 dot, 0, 1 minus G by L minus C by ML, theta 1, theta 2. So forget about this second order matrix. So in place of just imagine like theta dot is some constant a into theta, like that. Some first order differential equation is there. Just we are solving first order differential equation. Just see. Yesterday already we discussed, right? So here you will get d theta by dt is equal to a into theta, right? If you solve this first order differential equation by using variable separable method, the initial condition is theta is theta naught at t is equal to 0. Just assume this. So this is initial condition. If you use that initial condition, what you will get? Solution is like this: theta t is equal to theta naught. Okay, theta naught e power at. Just do this thing, solve this thing by using variable separable method. You know, right? D theta by dt is equal to a into dt. Just solve this equation. Integrate both sides. You will get this, no doubt. Just solve this. Okay. So by observing this, what you can say, at t is equal to 0. I am writing, right? We need that thing only. We want theta of t. Theta t at t is equal to 0. At t is equal to 0, what will happen? Theta of t is theta naught, somewhere here, right? Theta naught. Then what about this? After some time t, how it will respond? That is based on this a, right? If a is negative real number, what will happen? Exponentially it will comes to initial position. That is nothing but, if a is negative real number, you can write e power minus at, 1 by e power at, if t is equal to, so this is nothing but 1 by e power at, at t infinity, this whole term will become 0. So that means at t is infinity means it will comes to initial position. So it is showing, right? It will comes to initial position. Are you getting exponential decay? Then what about if a is, so this is a negative. What about if a is positive? Exponentially it will increase. If a is 0, so it will be with respect to time, this is neutral. Already we discussed starting of this class 6 type of responses. Same, right? When you will see oscillation type of responses, when you will see, when you are getting this a is complex numbers, if a solution a is complex number, then if you, for example, a is complex number like that, a is equal to x plus or minus iy, some complex number is there, complex conjugate number, just take e power at, that is nothing but x plus iy into t. You can write this e power xt into e power iyt. So if you take this e power I into b, some constant, you can write this thing as e power xt into cos yt plus I sin yt. Here you are getting oscillations, right? So these oscillations are constant oscillations, cos or sin, like constant oscillations, right? But when you are having oscillations also, especially that is depends on real, it will converge or it will diverge based on this thing. Disturbance will converge or disturbance will diverge based on real part of the complex number. If real part of the complex number is positive, then response will be, this is, we are talking about theta naught, right? So if real part of, are you seeing here, e power xt, if real part of complex number, I mean x, we are taking a is x plus iy, right? If real part is x, then you can take, it will be oscillatory because you are getting complex term, so oscillatory, and this is positive, so you will get exponentially diverging, so you will get like this. Are you getting? What about this? If x is negative real number, if x is negative real number, so I am arranging this part just, if x is negative real number, what will happen? Definitely it is oscillatory, but it will converge after some time t. Are you getting? What about if this is 0, real part of complex number is 0, simply it is undamped oscillation, oscillatory but constant disturbance. Are you getting? So at the same way how you are discussing for first order, so just, is it clear everyone? Is it clear? So coming to our system, here coming to this system, so this is 2 by 2 matrix. So if you solve this, so generally you will find solution like this, theta 1 of t c into e power lambda 1 t plus c2 into e power lambda 2 t theta 2 t is equal to c3 into e power lambda 1 t plus c4 into e power lambda 2 t. your solution will be like this somehow. So this C1, C2, C3, C4, these are like, these constants are depends on like initial condition in first order. You are giving initial condition, right? Theta is equal to t, at time t is equal to 0, theta is theta naught. So these C1, C2, C3, C4, these are depends on initial conditions. So what about here? In this graphs, if you see, I'm checking, this is theta naught. Stability, that is nothing but, is the system is coming to initial position or not? That stability analysis, that is especially depending on this A, not this theta naught, right? The same way here, this C1, C2, C3, C4, for stability analysis, these are not that much important. Especially the important things are this lambda 1 and lambda 2. Are you getting? Lambda 1 and lambda 2. What are these lambda 1 and lambda 2? These are nothing but your eigen values of the, these are eigen values of the system. Eigenvalues of the system matrix, right? Eigenvalues of the system matrix. Are you getting, everyone? Yes? Is it clear? Any questions here? Lambda 1, lambda 2, these are eigenvalues of the system, right? Same, if these eigenvalues are real positive numbers, if eigenvalues are real positive numbers, that system is unstable. What you can say? If your eigenvalues are real positive number, I mean this side, here system is this part, this, if eigenvalues are in this side, system is unstable. If your eigenvalues are this side, negative side, then system is stable. Are you getting? Yes, everyone? Okay, like this. If your eigenvalues are on real plane, on real axis, if your eigenvalues are on real axis, then system nature is exponential. It will be, if it is this side, system will exponentially, stability, I mean exponentially it will deviate from the initial position. If it is in this side, system will converge, right? Real. If these are imaginary, that is sinusoidal, I mean response will be like this. Are you getting? If these are imaginary values on left plane, then these are nothing but damped oscillations. We will discuss that. So system will slowly, it will come to the original position by oscillations. But here imaginary part is 0, only real part, that is nothing but e power minus 2, e power minus 3. So exponentially it will converge, right? Are you getting, everyone? What about if real part is 0, what about response? That is nothing but neutral, like this. What about if imaginary undamped oscillation, like this? Okay, so very important. So undamped, just remember, left half plane is stable, right half plane is unstable. Very important. We will discuss where we will use these things in aircraft. Yes, when we are discussing those modes, longitudinal, lateral directional modes, very, very important. Just see here. Okay. Can I erase this part? Right of plane. If you are getting positive real nodes or positive complex numbers, you can take unstable. System is unstable. If you are getting negative real rotative imaginary, system is stable. Okay, system is stable. So if you are getting complex numbers, that complex number real part should be negative. Okay, at that time you will get stable system. Is it clear? Yes, good. Just once again, just so we discussed already based on eigenvalues. Based on eigenvalues, you can comment the stability of the system. So what about how you will find like eigenvalues? Simply this is A, matrix A. You can take A minus lambda I is equal to 0. If you do that thing, what will happen here? Minus lambda 1 minus G by L, okay, minus C by ML minus lambda, right? Just multiply this. If you do this thing, what will happen? What you will get? A minus lambda I is equal to 0 is equal to minus lambda into minus C by ML minus lambda. What about this minus and minus plus? Like, yes, everyone just focus here. G by L, right? You will get this equation. So if you solve this, you will get in second order equation. So directly I am writing lambda square plus C by ML lambda, okay, plus G by L is equal to 0. You are getting like this. Lambda square plus C by ML, length of the string, ML into lambda plus G by L is equal to 0. Already when we are discussing, like maybe if you study this vibrations course or theory of machines, if we have any system, second order system, damping ratio is zeta and natural frequency is omega n. Okay, second order system is there, that natural frequency is omega n and damping ratio is zeta. How can you represent that? At the time characteristic equation will become, yes, anyone remember? You can write like this, right? Lambda square 2 zeta omega n into lambda plus omega n square is equal to 0. Yes, you can compare, right? So if you compare these two things, what you will get? Omega n square is nothing but G by L, that is nothing but omega n is square root of G by L. Very, very important. I think you remember this. Somewhere studied natural frequency is square root of G by L. Yes, that depends on length of the string. So it doesn't depends on natural frequency of the simple pendulum, doesn't depends on mass of the bob. Probably you've done some experiments also based on this. So finally we are getting this equation, omega n is square root of G by L. Yes, right? Yes, everyone. So this thing you can write 2 zeta omega n is C by ML. Are you getting? You can compare like this. So what will happen? Yes. If you do like this, what you will get? So here, if you know omega n, so finally, if you know damping coefficient, damping constant, you will find damping ratio. What is this zeta? What is zeta? Damping ratio. We are saying damping ratio. Yes, if you done that course, vibrations, okay, good. Damping ratio. So, for example, if this is my simple pendulum, okay, we are giving some disturbance, so it moves like this. It oscillates somewhere here. Theta is equal to 30 degrees. If you are using more damper, powerful damper, okay, so if you are getting powerful damper, what will happen? So damping ratio is 1, zeta is 1, so that is nothing but zeta is 1, the damping coefficient is nothing but critical damping coefficient, right? So you are using critical damping coefficient, so slowly it will comes to the not oscillation. There is no oscillations at that case. If you are using damping, the damping coefficient is critical damping coefficient, zeta is equal to 1, so like this. Gradually, with respect to time, it will come to initial position. There is no oscillations. So when your zeta is less than 1, at the time this is called as underdamped system. Okay, damped system. Okay, that is called underdamped system. In that case, when you are taking underdamped system, so you will get oscillations and it will be zeta is less than 1. Are you getting? So especially this zeta, very powerful term. This is nothing but damping ratio. Okay, this damping ratio, zeta is damping ratio. If zeta is equal to 1, that is we are saying as critically damped system. If zeta is less than 1, that is called as underdamped system. If zeta is greater than 1, that is overdamped system. If zeta is greater than 1, that is called overdamped system. At the time damper is more powerful and that system doesn't comes to initial condition. It doesn't come to original position somewhere up to infinity. Right? Are you getting? Just think about this thing in spring mass system. There you will understand. There we are using dampers. Okay? Or we have some recent there we are using some kind of doors, right? There we are using dampers. If damper is more powerful, okay, if you want to close the door also, you cannot, right? So you can say like that. Over damp, under damp. So by oscillatory it will comes to original position. If it is zeta is equal to 1, that is critically damped. Okay, exponentially it will comes to the initial condition. Coming to roots, if roots of this equation are this equation, if roots of this equation is complex numbers and real part is negative, then undamped, right? Sorry, underdamped. Okay, underdamped system. Are you following? So very, very important, this damping ratios and what about roots? These roots also, right? Very, very important. These concepts are very, very important. How much time we have? Still 10 minutes is there. So let's see. So very, very important basics these are. Okay, let's see. We'll discuss about aircraft also. We have 10 minutes anyway. We'll discuss in next class. So is it clear, everyone? Finally, we will get from this system matrix, if you find characteristic equation, you will get like this characteristic equation. If the roots of this characteristic equation are negative numbers, I mean negative real, then system is stable, I mean left half plane. If the characteristic roots are on right half plane, then that is unstable system. Are you getting, everyone? Okay? Yes. Okay, see here. So, from starting of this class, we are discussing about simple pendulum, right? Just same logic. Apply this logic to aircraft. What will happen? If you see, one assumption what we are doing is, aircraft, if you take some conventional aircraft, for example, this is my conventional aircraft, not Canard configuration, just conventional aircraft, right? So, already you know conventional aircrafts, this is x-axis, okay? So, y-axis towards wings, right? Z-axis, okay? Okay, where to that. So, if you take this thing, x, y, z, so what about this conventional aircraft? Conventional aircraft always symmetric about xz plane, right? Conventional aircraft always symmetrical about xz plane. So if this is same like, right, aircraft. So you can cut this aircraft into two parts, xz plane, like this blackboard. Okay. So here we have two types of motions. One is longitudinal motion. Longitudinal motions and lateral directional motions. So here aircraft is like complex system. So I am splitting that aircraft dynamics into two parts, like that motions into two categories. One is longitudinal motion and the second one is lateral directional motion. Longitudinal motion is nothing but you can observe by side view. For example, aircraft is pitching like this, are nothing but longitudinal motions are nothing but motions along xz plane, right? If this is y-axis and z-axis, this is x-axis. So this blackboard is nothing but xz plane. So if you put aircraft here, half of the aircraft you will see from this side, half of the aircraft back of this wall, right? So this blackboard is dividing this aircraft into two equal parts. So motions along xz plane, motions along xz plane, that is called longitudinal motions. Motions away from the xz plane, those are called lateral directional motions. Otherwise, the motions you can observe with side view. If it is pitching, you can observe by side view. That is longitudinal motions. Okay, if the motions you can observe by front view. For example, yawing. So you can observe by front view, right? So if it is yawing, you cannot observe by side view. Okay, are you understanding? So if you observe motions along side view, those are called longitudinal motions. So lateral directional motions are nothing but your front view. Is it clear? At yawing, you can understand clearly. Is it clear? Front view, yawing. Pitching is side view. Is it clear? So here in longitudinal motion, aircraft, this is my aircraft. You can get pitch is longitudinal motion parameter, pitch theta, velocity in u direction, same aircraft is in same plane, xz plane, you can observe by side view, and if the aircraft is in z direction, you can observe by side view. So that is u, w, these things generally comes under longitudinal motion. Remaining velocity in y direction, v, phi, roll angle, psi. yeah, angle. These are comes under lateral directional motions, right? So now we will study modes of the system individually. Longitudinal mode, lateral directional mode. Just see here, giving. So in case of simple pendulum, okay, so in case of simple pendulum, you are getting theta 1, theta 2, you are getting system matrix is 2, but in case of our longitudinal motion, in case of longitudinal motions, you will get u dot, w dot, theta dot, q dot. Q is nothing but pitch rate, right? Q, d theta by dt. Remembered? So this thing matrix into u, w, theta, q, like that you will get. Can you tell me what about this system for longitudinal motions? For longitudinal motions, already we discussed, right? For longitudinal motions, these are the parameters. Sorry, state variables. These are the state variables. 4 state variables. So what about this matrix? What is the order? So definitely you will get 4 by 4 order. Is it clear? Remember like that? Okay. So for longitudinal motions, you will get 4th order matrix. So you will get characteristic equation lambda power 4 plus something into lambda cube plus some constant is equal to 0. From there we will discuss longitudinal modes. Okay. From here, I mean up to here I am concluding. For longitudinal motions of the aircraft, we will get characteristic equation of 4th order. For simple pendulum we are getting 2nd order, but for longitudinal motions, for aircraft longitudinal motions, we are getting characteristic equation of 4th order. Yes? Is it clear, everyone? Just once again go back to our mathematics basics and solve this first order differential equation. Just think about it. Okay? Yes, if you have any doubt, you have my mail ID. So my mail ID is aknakkala@gat.edu.